Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Baltimore Ravens. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a longtime starter in the NFL, a former #1 overall pick way back in 2009. It's Matthew Stafford.
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. If he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism with this team and this passer.
The numbers for Williams a week ago, 19 carries, 72 yards.
They put a lot of effort into game playing and establishing this ground game last week, and reward was a nice day rushing the ball. Helped them put a balanced offense out on the field. And that carry is an indicator that this ground game wants to be established again this week.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. And the Rams in a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they coming off their very first loss of the season, suffered a week ago.
So now we can all take that chasing the 1972 Dolphins and take it and throw it right out the window, right? But let's face it, not many teams talk about that or even have interest in it. All they want to do right now is bounce back after that loss.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
But one of the things we talked about coming into this one is we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of a game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and first downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
180. Zebra.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And he couldn't get it to check out. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 19 carries, 82 yards.
Well, to no one's surprise, he gets an early rep right there, and they've been playing their best ball of the season as they built this winning streak. And that includes the ground game, where he's kept the offense productive and put them in position to win ball games. The question now is, can this defense that he's facing do what others haven't and finally put a stop to this streak?
Jackson. Now he's going to step up and run. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know it's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do, but when you have to think about your assignments against him, it often slows down your feet. You don't move as fast. You've got to be prepared for this guy every step of the way and then try to match his athleticism.
Down the sideline he goes. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Ravens get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Well, we've certainly seen this before, CD. No one can quite electrify a crowd like Lamar Jackson, and really don't know what else to say other than that. It's special right there.
I think you pretty much said it all, but I go back to what you said about electrifying a crowd. He's also electrifying us, and we're calling the game. This guy is simply sensational.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here.
The Rams offense led by their running back headed out for the second possession. And he's run well here in the first half of the season, no doubt. You can see the graphic. NFL leader in rushing coming into the weekend.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. This to the sideline and over everybody. Incomplete. No flags forthcoming, though. Maybe a break there. That looked like a clear throwaway to me. Now a 2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And he is going to have a Rams first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
And the Rams first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago. So a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there. And they get the first down.
180.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield strike.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
61 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
A gain of 29 yards. First down, Rams.
Yellow 80! 54! White.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford.
That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Blue 60! Alert!
Back to throw, Stafford. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Davante Adams, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Rams are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Extra point attempt to come here. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And Davante Adams able to finish things with a touchdown reception. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
He finds his man. It's Charlie Kohler. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
So from Rams territory now, it's first and 10 at the 48-yard line. They go play action now. Jackson, a short throw caught by Andrews.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. You talk about this Rams defense. They enter play here, number 11, just outside the top 10 in the league in stopping the run.
I jotted down in my notes in prepping for this game that this is definitely an area we got to keep an eye on, because you're talking about where they rank in stopping the run. But how about what they're facing? This unit loves to run the football, and they rank highly in the league in getting it done.
Yeah, power against power. Something's got to give. Well, Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're going for it with the option right. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you punt the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. The last time I look and repeat that, Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. And he continues to have success running the ball here in the first half as he's already closing in on 100 yards for the game.
These two teams all tied after one. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
90 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
Yeah, we get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Here's 2nd and 4 from the 24.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Davante Adams. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Rams have taken the lead. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. The extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 14-7. 5 plays there on that drive.
And Davante Adams able to finish things with a touchdown reception.
The Rams kickoff team on the field. And here we go with the ball in the air.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26. The Ravens offense and Derrick Henry set to take over once more. And he has been a monster in the red zone here in these first couple of months of the season. In fact, he leads the NFL in rushing touchdowns.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going.
Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Now Jackson. They set up the screen for Henry. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
And he is caught. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards.
He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
A first down carry for Henry. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes there's a little tread left on the tires.
They go play action to Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that'll make it second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Jackson now. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
That's a gain of 6.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Jackson to Andrews on that one. First down, Baltimore.
First down. First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
And that's well executed there on third down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. Off the option, here's Henry. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of a yard.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Now it's Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And they're going to have a third down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Already a pair of third down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this third down try. Play action. It's Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Well, the Ravens are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
So another third down conversion, and now they've got a first and goal. Jackson going to run. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Ravens are an extra point away from drawing level. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anymore because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep it back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here's Kyron Williams running out for another possession.
And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock, but barring injury,
Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
That's what they have to do more defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing, maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29.
That's Byron Young, who ranged in that time and stopped him for a loss.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against him throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
This time, Jackson will throw it.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 28 yards. And the Ravens have broken the tie.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
On his loop for the extra point.
It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here's Kyron Williams running out for another possession.
Now he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score, and sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Play action. Stafford. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Mike Green
just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
So now Stafford and the Rams after the sack, and they're staring up at a 3rd and long. They're going to look to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. It's the 2nd quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series. So those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. After the interception, here's Jackson. This will go to Henry out wide. Now he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now 2nd and 3. Here's Jackson to throw. He finds Bateman over the middle. Jackson to Bateman there for the Baltimore first.
That's good for a Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. Over the middle, the catch made by Mitchell. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
180.
On 2nd down, here's the option. Through the middle of the field. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 35 yards. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it. Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. Luke now for the extra point. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. There's Kyron Williams running out for another possession. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not to any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well.
Ready. Lady.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
They'll get this complete to Whittington.
First down now, but that clock rolling.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for our Rams. First down.
Stafford now to throw. And he rifles one incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Set. Yellow lady. Yellow lady.
To throw is Stafford.
That one taken in by Whittington.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
It's a gain of 8. And it brings up
22.
third down.
Big 20.
Again, it's Stafford. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
First down, Rams.
Set. Yellow 20.
Now it's Stafford. He'll let this go for the end zone. Stafford for the third time is intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Week 6 is here, starting to get a little bit of a sense who the contenders are and who the pretenders are. Let's hop in. Our trip around the NFL starts now with a good matchup in the AFC. And this is J.K. Dobbins. He's going to find a crease and take it 13 yards to the end zone. The Broncos get back to 500. They even their mark at 3-3. From there, we go to MetLife Stadium in Jersey. We'll check in on the Giants. They're hosting the Philadelphia Eagles. And it's the second-year tight end, Theo Johnson. He was a tough man to pin down all game long. This, one of his 2 touchdown catches. Lastly, we go to Indianapolis. It's the Colts hosting the Arizona Cardinals. And this is Jonathan Taylor. He's been terrific in the first half. This, the first of his 2 touchdown runs. This one is now at halftime, and it's the Colts lead it by a couple of touchdowns at the half. And with that, a look now at the rest of the action around the NFL here in week number 6. Meanwhile, in our game, both teams have been able to move the ball effectively. It might be a question of which defense can make a stand in the second half. As we send you back out to the stadium with Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Ravens offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he's been a tough guy to contain this year, and his numbers reflect that, as you can see right here. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Jackson. That's caught. It's Flowers. Now inside the 25. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
Pardon me, you know the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. On his loop for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
114 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
A gain of 18 on the play.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 47-yard line.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And it's complete to Adams. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 31-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Zebra. Set. Get it.
Now Stafford. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Now a play fake and it's Stafford. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 17-yard line.
That's another Rams first down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Omaha, ready, move.
Here's Stafford. Throw outside is complete on the diving effort. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
4 yards. That's another Rams first down. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
40 got. 40 hot.
Throwing again is Stafford. Blitz coming and down he goes. Matt Green able to record his 5th sack of the season. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Interested to see what they dial up here. 3rd and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone.
50-50. Hey, give me a radar.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Rams get a bit closer. So a very important first drive of the 3rd quarter, Charles, and safe to say, a much-needed touchdown.
Which leads to the question, where was this in the first half? Because if they'd had a few more drives like that, they wouldn't be in this situation. But that is the kind of drive that sends a message to the other side. We're going to be here, and we're going to battle you to the end.
Extra point up and through. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Rams 21.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They go play action with Jackson. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
2nd and 10. Jackson now. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. They'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Flowers. That's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. The Ravens send their punter out now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And it's fielded at the 34. Fights him off. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The Rams offense and running back Kyron Williams getting ready for their next possession. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Puka Nacua, 60 yards. And the Rams are back within a score. Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there's no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
The point after is good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
And the Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
He's done it. 1,000 career catches with that last reception.
I don't care what you've done in your life. How many things have you done 1,000 times of significance? How about this? With that catch, now closing in on the top 10 all-time in NFL history, a very significant achievement.
Running from the gun with Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Connecting with Kohler on the out route. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Jackson's pass complete to Zay Flowers. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 35-yard line.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4.
Alpha, sit hard. Sit hard. Sit hard.
Inside handoff, Henry. Running right through it. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Running lanes run a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Here's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 14.
Baltimore, first down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
And, Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense an opportunity?
Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins from 3 yards out. And the Ravens go up by 2 touchdowns. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. We're in Baltimore. Third quarter action. 2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
Stafford. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now Stafford. He's airing it out for Williams. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the third quarter. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the fourth and final quarter. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Hey, 50. Stop.
Here's Stafford. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
First down 10 at the 38-yard line.
50.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. 128 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 31-yard line.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
4 yards. That's another Rams
Omaha,
first down. A 4-yard pickup on the play.
Real right, 22.
Back to throw, Stafford. We'll get this complete to Whittington. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 18-yard line.
Hey, 5-0. Double right.
Stafford. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Rams are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
That's good for our Rams. First down. 1st and goal, Los Angeles.
And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Williams is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
At the Ravens' 5-yard line.
Alert!
Stafford going to give this one to Corum. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Throwing is Stafford. This one swung out to Williams. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
There's another example that playing football isn't strictly being physical. You got to think as well. Nice job reading his keys by the linebacker and going out in the open space when they dumped it to the back. He was able to make the play and stop him short of the goal line.
Joshua Carty on for the Rams field goal. A 19-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah.
And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown.
Kyron Williams, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Rams have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Zay Flowers and his offense about to begin their next drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now, they've got to get things to the finish line. And that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
And this is the worry because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
Hey, middle.
This offense on 3rd down today, they've been very good. 5 for 7 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 49 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
2nd and 6.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. A short throw caught by Andrews. Will be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Now Jackson. He finds Bateman over the middle. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can't he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there.
Now an option play on second down.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a first down.
So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
From the gun, it's Jackson. That'll be caught from the big tight end, Andrews. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
A gain of 15 yards. And the Baltimore first down. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. And he goes down right there. I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so, because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You look at the geography of the field, right? Where you are, that's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working in your direction.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
Sit hot! Sit hot! 180!
Play clock down to 0, and that's going to be a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards.
Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal.
Sit hot! Sit hot!
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Alpha, sit hot! 180! Sit hot!
Jackson to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's across for a touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
The extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now up to 14.
Ravens 49.
So that drive spans 13 plays.
And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So now Stafford and the Rams down by 2 touchdowns. 27 seconds to go. Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for the Ravens, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Los Angeles,